in hell.
There's no way they
Well,
didn't know it was there, so why they didn't take it out? That's what I want to know. I think that's what we all want to know is like, to
what?
me, they had to know about it, so why didn't they take it out? And why, even at that, why did they even wait even longer? I mean, after the public knew about it, they still waited, what, 3 days? Was it Wednesday? So I don't
Right,
even remember what it was, about 3 days, I think,
right,
right? So, I
right.
mean, what the fuck, dude?
Exactly.
How
Well,
do you
that's the
let that
part
thing
where
go?
I can't understand this administration. Like, if that was your game plan to let it get over the Atlantic to shoot it down, that was probably your game plan. You know, Monday night, Tuesday morning. You didn't have to wait till Wednesday, or at least you could have had your press secretary or somebody come out and say, "Look, here's the plan. We know where it's going to go. We're going to shoot it over so nobody, gets hurt. We're going to shoot it down over the Atlantic." Then all the public knows, and everybody doesn't have all this wonder and these questions, and everybody getting riled up as to why Biden seems to be just like the meme. He just seems to be in China. Just they're in his pocket. They control
Yeah,
that dude.
yeah,
And what does
that's
that
All right,
equate
D.
to, Donnie?
Let
No,
D jump in here, guys.
no. And Donnie, what is that? What does that make our sitting president look like? He's
Uh,
compromised.
yeah, he's
He's
yeah,
compromised.
compromised.
He's weak.
Yes. No. He's compromised, man. And
Yeah,
that's what the Democrats were throwing at fucking Trump with the Russians. But as we
Yeah, a
all
phone
know,
call.
what's that, sir?
He got impeached on a phone call, man.
Yeah, and all the other bullshit. But no, I,
Yeah,
I, I just feel
yeah.
President Biden, I mean, they have dirt on him, man. And the Biden Think Center, man, I hope he went in there to think a
Think
little.
tank.
yeah.
Who's in there thinking?
Nobody.
The Chinese.
Shit,
Exactly.
man.
Exactly.
yeah,
Thinking
but
how friggin' stupid we are. That's what they're thinking.
Shit, man.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
yeah,
Compromised.
Unbelievable. He's
yeah,
100% compromised, bro.
yeah.
100%.
Well, that's why I
Donnie,
can't
come
wait
on.
to.
Come on, Donnie.
no, he is compromised. I'm not going to sit here and disagree with it, but if you have all this mountains of evidence, then go and do what you're supposed to do as the district attorney or whatever. Because if you broke the law, you broke the law. Don't be scared and stop letting politics get into it. We keep assigning all these judges, but what are they really doing? What are these attorney generals and all these special counselors really investigating? I mean, are you going to enforce it and act on the information you're given? Because if you're not, then quit wasting time.
What are you
No,
talking
I mean,
about now? What level are you talking about? You talking at the highest level, like the
At
two
the
special
highest
counsel?
level,
Okay.
at the highest level, 6 years on Trump. You know what? All they see Trump now, he's a money machine. Because I keep this dude in litigation. I bet you I'm making about $250 million a year off this dude in legal fees. Guy
Ching
makes half a
ching.
billion as it is, right?
The
What's a
money
bit of shit to
man.
him? So we just see
yeah,
this guy in fucking court. They gonna make a killing off him.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
And I mean,
No.
that's where I feel like all this shit is anymore. It's just a grab on money. You're not gonna do shit with it. So who
yeah. No, I,
cares?
I agree. I mean, again, same situation, dude. If they're going to be investigating the Biden crime family, somebody better get some jail time out of it, man. I
You
Right.
mean,
heard
Hey,
they,
this comment right here is for D. D, there you go. Read it up there, buddy.
D, you mean what does it more make Biden look like? Because he's already looked like a dumbass. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. He's got a point there.
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
He
but I
definitely
mean,
he sounds like a dumbass too.
I
Matter
Yeah,
of
mean,
fact,
no.
look,
what's the, is he
man.
is he
Well,
on yet?
it's just ripping me. No, he's not on yet. It's just ripping me bad because D, Millie, you already know that Millie,
Yes,
he should
no.
have been shot for the other shit he did with China.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Look, this I don't understand why they're not dragging him out there right now, bro. You know what I mean? You
Gathering the
know,
the
squad.
dragon. What? Who's gonna drag him out there, and what are you gonna replace
we
him with?
hid this, man. You know we hid this fucking balloon shit from the
Yes.
Trump administration, man.
And from
So
the
Okay?
Biden
so
administration too.
wait.
Right. All the way up until a
Yeah,
civilian
but how do
saw
you
it.
listen? Hold on. How do you again? We're talking about he's not the only one who knew about it. If this happened, then there would be more people who knew about it. It's not just going to be
Not
one guy who knew
necessarily.
about it.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
but
Independent.
yes.
Not
Oh, hell no.
necessarily.
Hell
Well,
no.
that's my point.
necessarily.
Again, there's already been like 5 or 6 people that came out from the Trump administration. That's absolute bullshit. Never happened.
Right.
And so
Right.
that's what I'm trying
Right.
to say.
It never happened because they never got the fucking intel.
But maybe Mr. Trader, also known as General Milley, fucking sold them all the sites already. Them 3 balloons that
Well, I
went by
guess
already
my
during
point is,
Trump.
again,
You know,
we're
Look, you
talking
got a
about
satellite.
NORAD.
I don't know.
Look, you got a satellite up there. China's got a satellite up there. You can't hide nothing anymore from Russia and China. You know what I mean? The rest of the countries, you know, the UK, what do they got? Like fucking Mary Poppins floating around up there. You know what I mean? But it's like, look, but so send a balloon over. You know, I know the satellites can get nice crisp shots of where these
No,
areas
again,
are.
it was
But
not.
man,
For,
if you can put a balloon over, you know, you're really getting like, you know,
it's
really
not. It's
close
not
up
about
shit.
that, dude. I'm telling you, it's not like if you can put a balloon over, you can get good crisp pitches. It's about if I can fly a balloon over, what else can I fly over?
Right.
That's what it is to me,
Right.
dude. How much posturing is that? Are you shitting me? A fucking
Oh,
another
okay.
nation
Yeah,
flew
no,
a
that's
balloon
hitting me now,
directly
yeah.
over Air Force and military bases, and we didn't fucking do anything, dude.
Right.
That's like, dude, you got no balls. That thing should have been shot out of the sky the second it crossed into our airspace without even thinking, without even knowing what it
That's
was.
why,
It's not
because
ours to blow it
everybody,
up. We'll figure it out later. That's
right.
the way it should be.
That's because all the media and everything's like, you know, you know, why didn't they do anything Wednesday when they found out about it or whatever, you know? And Joey's like my boy on WRKO, Joey.
Hey,
He
Joey.
he losing my train of thought. Somebody, all right, go ahead. Somebody jump. Get on
Yeah,
the bike.
Donnie.
Get
Go,
on the
Donnie.
bike.
I'll do the.
I want to go back to what Blaze said, and I want to just wrap my head around this right now. And hear me out, Demas, before you get all crazy, because I'm pretty sure we both pulled our fair share of duty in 1594s. All right. So, Blaze, you're telling me that General Miley knew about these 3 so-called spy balloons under the Trump administration. He knew about these 2, and he didn't tell nobody. And you mean to tell me that nobody across any military installation patrolling the sky or any satellites we have in our airspace didn't document that they saw something unusual in our airspace?
I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
I gotta
Somebody
run.
has
at all.
I gotta
documented
run for a minute.
That was my point.
Oh, wait. That's not my yeah, I agree with you. But I'm
So-
saying this was like maybe big to where it got to the major players, Donnie. You know what I mean? It got to the right colonels. It got to the fucking captains, whatever.
Listen,
Go
Blaze.
ahead, I'm
Blaze,
listening.
let me
Go
finish
ahead.
where I was going to go with that. You guys are saying that it started getting all these other key players involved in it. There's reports that go out to commanding generals every day. It's called a
Right.
blotter report, and that's where
Yes.
you report that unusual activity. And if some crazy stuff happened, like senior NCO or senior officer got arrested for DWI, you had to document that, right? It went on a blotter report. That goes up to post-level command type leadership. So there's no way in hell that this could have been known by the military and General Miley under Trump's control without just
Somebody leaking it.
about amount of people. It's just absurd amount of people knowing about it, and it would have leaked a long time ago.
Yeah, no, that's
There's
what
no way.
that was my point. Was
There would have
they-
been documentation that could be tracked back to somebody who had pulled duty that night or who
Now-
was on duty when that report came. That's
Right.
yeah, man.
Now hold that thought, right? Exactly what you just said is what I was saying. Now then, why didn't that enter into a, what did you say, blotter
report, yeah.
blotter report as soon as it crossed into our airspace this time? Why do we have to wait for some jackass to see it in the sky?
Exactly.
Or
another reason.
then they did really know it was there, and again they chose not to shoot it down. And then that's the next question of why. If they got him by the balls, if he's compromised that badly. But that would have to mean that everybody along the line, from him all the way down to the people who are involved with the blotter reports, would have to be compromised as well.
Yeah.
So,
and that's absolutely insane. You're not going to have that many people compromised and just stay that quiet. It's not going to happen.
So why did we let it happen?
So it's got to, it goes back to why did we let it happen, and why didn't we shoot it down? Or, where is it that you're not, what are you not trying to tell the American public? What are you hiding?
That's the bigger thing, because again, to me and every other person I talk to about this, it's pretty straightforward. Something came into our airspace, didn't belong there, and it was allowed to fly over the entire United States, over air bases, military bases, and places that it shouldn't have been able to go over. And it doesn't even matter whether it was military bases or not. Shouldn't have been allowed to be in our airspace. And we allowed it. And I want to know why.
Yeah, I don't know either. But that Adam, the book he's writing about called Red Dragon Rising, I've got a synopsis of that. And what a lot of that goes in our book is coming to fruition right now.
Why don't you put that up, Blaze?
What's that, sir?
So Adam just wrote in a comment, says there's a great book called Red Dragon Rising by Edward Timberlake and William C. Triplett. I don't know how to say it. That came out in 1999. It's about communist China's threat to America. It warned then about what's happening now. So I mean, you said, everything that's in the book is coming to fruition at this point.
What I can remember anyway. I mean, Mr. Adams.
Okay, I'll throw that up on the Facebook page there.
But it really talks about the communist China and how they're going to overtake us, and the exact ways that they're overtaking the global economy now, but in production and manufacturing and transportation and all these ideas or whatever. But the technology side is more Japan is dominating that, but. It talks about this in this book about China taking over little by little that way, and how they infiltrate into other areas, and they use resources. They're very good with using and exporting and importing resources. And that's why they'll survive, because they're very good with that. Whereas a lot of the other countries are not. And that's how they take you over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're already.
We're going to take guys, I hate to bust your buzzballs and stuff. We're going to take a quick break here, ladies and gentlemen. So stick around for more of The Way You See It right here on FFN Radio Network.
Hey guys, Nick Parsons here. Come check my show Unbox Thoughts out. Live every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. on the FFN Radio Network page.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Neutral Corner on FFN Media. Every Thursday night, 7 to 8, catch my show live. We are talking with legends, we're talking with professionals, we're talking with amateurs, we're also talking about gyms and the different programs they have. You can catch us live on FFN Media, 7 to 8 p.m. Not only can you catch us live, you can actually ask questions in the comments and interact with our guests. Hope to see you then.
Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around for more of The Way We See It. I am your host, one of your hosts, Blaze Man, and we are going to return with the rest of the boys, Mr. Jim and Mr. D, and Mr. Donnie will be back in a short time. It's just completely insane that any of this was allowed. The Trump administration, the wow, Biden administration. Thank you. Um,
Yeah.
it
Oh, Biden. It's kind of
oh
right.
right, Biden. Yeah.
You
Let's
made him
throw
a
a little of that in
Muslim.
there. Made him a anyhow.
Where's
Yeah.
Donnie? I'm freaking out. Where's
He's
Donnie?
coming. He's coming. Your boy's coming.
Whoa,
He's
whoa,
on my.
wait,
There
watch
he
your
is.
mouth now.
There he is.
Watch
There
your
he is.
mouth
Right
now,
there.
He
Blaze. Watch
sized
your
Mr.
you
mouth.
up,
Taco.
boys. He
I heard
Mr.
sized
that
you up.
shit.
Taco over there.
I heard that
Okay,
shit,
now.
Blaze. Watch your
Taco
mouth
had
now.
him
Watch
put
your
you in
mouth.
a hucklebuck.
All right, look. So this State of the Union address was supposed to start at 7. Well, we always know this shit runs late.
Yeah, he's
Maybe
probably still sleeping.
exactly. They're
Eh,
probably helping him off with his slippers right now. You know what I mean? So
China didn't tell him. China didn't give him his speech yet. He's still waiting for it to get proofread.
Tamanho.
Xi Jinping.
I like that one. I like that one, Xi Jinping, right? Okay. Moving along here, boys and girls. Let's go with let's see. All right, we're gonna do something Donnie's gonna love here. So let's go with topic 2. The U.S. is absolutely behind on supply chains independence from China.
You're breaking up.
Biden advisor says. So sorry, I'm breaking up. There's a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff running. So okay, Donnie.
Well, they say we're behind on manufacturing. We know we've been behind. It's like that article that we said about the what's going to lead to the recession, the telltale signs on the recession. Basically, what I got out of that article is we have more inputs than we have outputs. We're not producing more than we're taking in. So basically, we got more money that we owe than we have money going out to pay. And who's going to vote that money? China's voting it, and that's why we're behind. What happened to all them incentives to get that production and manufacturing back that came under the Inflation Reduction Act and shit? All that budgeting. What's going on with that?
Yeah, that all went
find
over
out
to
tonight.
Ukraine.
Yeah, because everybody else is there's not really an incentive for that production and that manufacturing to come back to the U.S. yet, because the stuff they have to do to get compliant in the third world countries for emissions and all that is cheaper and doesn't require as much as if it were to come here and have to get to U.S. standards. So we're still behind on that. Our laws are so strict on that, on some of that they just can't operate here. So how are we going to produce more?
Yeah, there's also the just the cost of labor that for me comes into play like huge. Their factories, the people that work in factories in China don't exactly have high wage earners. They're not getting their great health care and all the other stuff that we supply, a workman's comp or a OSHA that doesn't exist over there. I mean, you talk about environmental controls. They're still digging holes and burying things and dumping them in oceans over there.
That's why they're a communist country.
Yeah,
because United States was like that in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And owners had to change how they dealt with people. You know what I mean? Like your 401k 30 years ago, that wasn't available, man.
Yeah. No, and I'm not. I mean, I understand that 100%. I mean, obviously, but they're not going to change that, and it just adds to the problem of, when you have a whole factory full of workers that make pennies compared to a factory of workers over here. That's where your costs. We can't even compete with them. Again, I mentioned this a few shows ago, probably 20 years ago from now, but it's even the same thing with the machinery. 20 years ago, they didn't have the same equipment that we have now, but they've stolen all that intellectual property, and they now use the same exact machines um, that we do. So they have the same equipment, the same technology, the same software. Everything's the same except for the amount of labor costs that they have, and they can do everything for pennies on a dollar. That's a huge problem. And then again, just the cost of operating a business in China is again pennies on a dollar compared to what our costs are here. So there's no way we can ever really compete with them. I don't know how you level that playing field other than
I don't know.
tariffs and stuff.
No, people, I'm telling you, this is going to take a while, but China's going to have to close it, smarten up, or close their doors for good. Um, it's called evolution, man. And no, let me back up a little bit. What was that word you used? They stole all our intellect property.
Intellectual properties, yes.
No, they didn't. They came here as foreign students, went into all these elite schools, not only from legal, but down to, correction, from accounting to X-ray specialists. They know everything that this country did, and they paid the students. I mean, they paid the universities. They stole it all, and they
Yeah.
did it right in front of our eyes for the
Yeah.
word education.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the-
I agree. I agree with some of that, but
Wait,
they've definitely reverse engineered a shit ton of things that came from us. You know what I mean? Not that any other country hasn't or that we haven't either. But that's kind of what I meant by they build motorcycles that are clones to everything we own, and they sell for pennies on the dollar, but it's the same exact thing with a different name on it.
I'll no, but hear this out. So when you think of manufacturing, who leads the world in manufacturing processes and what they put out?
Well, I would like to say we do. It depends on what manufacturing you're talking about. I
Japan,
mean,
of automotive.
oh well, yeah, yep. In
A
different
lot of
sectors, yep,
a lot of our models go off that. When it comes to engineering, we always looked at the Germans and we stole a lot of that. But we were never able. I can't speak for the engineering, but the production. I mean, the manufacturing. Oh shit! Where am I going? The manufacturing process, I believe Japan has still had it, and we tried to replicate it here. And the only way they replicate it here is if they open up a Toyota manufacturing plant.
yeah, yeah. Well, that was the first guy that came up with that whole lean manufacturing. But
Yes,
yeah, there's also
Dr.
in that
Wong.
job. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, is that his name? I don't really remember. Um,
I'm being
the what the hell was I just going to say? I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh,
We're
yeah. The
talking about
jobs
jobs.
report. And they said here's another thing. It came out and it was 517,000 new non-farm payroll jobs, but of those, it was leisure and hospitality, and business services, government, and healthcare. So again, no manufacturing. Uh,
Yes.
so how can we're like a warehouse over here? Like
Yeah. And,
just like Donald just said,
yep.
we buy, but we're not manufacturing. And if
Yes.
you're not
No.
manufacturing, you're not producing, you're not going to make money. So there again, there's no way we're ever going to catch up with them unless we do something about it. And I just don't I don't have an answer for what that is. How do you compete with them? D?
Um.
I don't.
You I mean, you do compete, and oh, what's going on? Oh, did you guys see that podcast, Jim Rogan, with that Jordan Peterson guy
No.
talking?
I've seen a
Oh,
couple of them, but
I sent it to you guys. Okay, so we got the producer back. What's going on?
Um, they were just showing live feeds of people protesting. Protest
Okay.
is another insurrection. One person's protest is another person's insurrection. I don't know, whatever.
Hey,
Um,
so
but he's
wait a
not
minute.
on
I
yet.
gotta add something to Jim though, and it just spawned back on me, and I really need this. So when they talk about them 500,000 jobs, because it was a real good jobs report. That report is generated basically from new postings. That
Yeah.
that that is not actual an 8-hour guy going to work or gal. You
Yeah.
know, that is job postings, and the Department of it's not labor. Anyways,
CBO? No.
they get that data, and you know, and then it goes from there.
Yeah. Well,
And
the other
it
thing too.
all
I
it
mean,
is job postings. It's not, and he's gonna try to say it tonight, and he's gonna spin it, and 90% of the Americans gonna bite on it. I got a quarter of million, I mean a half a million new jobs. You know, and he's gonna
yeah.
paint that job as an
Oh, of
individual
course.
worker.
And now here's the other thing too. How many of those people, or how many of those jobs, excuse me, are being filled by people who need second jobs because of the inflation? How many? They could be part-time jobs, like you just said. They're not all 7 to 3:30, 8 to 9 to 5 jobs.
And
You
Jim,
could have
how
people working 2 jobs that took a new job, and it's still considered a job. I mean, also we have to think about is the labor participation rate, meaning if 5 million people drop out of the labor force, then your unemployment goes down. As far as it being the lowest unemployment rate in the last 50 years or whatever, there's definitely something to that too. It has an effect on it when you have less people in your labor pool. So,
all
I
right,
mean,
all right. Take a deep breath, Jim. That was a long one. That was
sorry.
a long one,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah,
Right,
man.
he's
You
100%
on
right though.
fire. You on fire. No, the point
Mhm.
I just wanted to get back to Jim on is that, you talked about the jobs that were created, and you noticed manufacturing and engineering was non-existent. But
Mhm.
he's going to sell it tonight. The Inflation Reduction Act is to bring jobs back to include manufacturing, engineering, and masturbating.
Oh, I'm
You
sure.
know,
Right,
I'm sure he's going to
but
try to sell that. We'll see if it happens, though. And the thing is, I'll tell you this, and I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. Honestly, I didn't. Probably should have looked them up because we were going to talk about this. But everybody's busy. Um, it was right before the stupid COVID bullshit hit. The last company I was at, where I just left, I was there 12 years. I can tell you right now that the 2019. I don't think we we ever had so much work, so much again new jobs. It was new companies, it was new everything. I mean, there was so much work pouring in. We couldn't even do it all. We were turning work away because we could not fill orders, and that never happened in the last I don't know how many years since
well,
I can remember. And as soon as COVID just tanked everything. We actually, this is not taking a left from the story, but one company who was from Japan, Fuji Ditramax, they do old school film and shit. $50,000 order they pulled and moved it to Japan
wow.
just when COVID hit, and then it was bad. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know
Well,
what the difference was,
his
but I can
his
tell you what, it was
here's
better under
my
Trump.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. And then nobody will give
right,
that guy a credit for doing anything like that because, he was a dipshit and did what he did. But anyways, look, when they come out with these numbers, oh, the new jobs, we created 164,000. People are out of work for a year and a half, man. The restaurant business alone got destroyed, put
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of people out of work. That's just the restaurant business. That's not any other
okay,
company
but
that handled food and produce in any way. You know what I mean? That they had to like stop doing what they were doing or they had to lay people off or whatever. Now everything's starting to just pick up a little bit. Yeah, everybody's hiring because they want everybody to come back to work, you know? And then you get these, I don't know what they're called, millennials, the kids my oldest son's age, 27, 28. Oh, I want to work from home. Yeah, I'm used to
okay, but
working from home. You know what I mean? It's like that's where
Mhm.
these numbers are coming from, if you're asking me.
Yeah, I
That's
wonder
all I'm
how.
saying.
That's another good question. I wonder. It's still a job, right? You know what I mean? You get to chill out at home and just, I don't know,
Well,
whatever.
yeah,
right, but
I agree. It's still a job. You know what I mean? I agree with that 100%. My wife did it for like 3 days. She was happy as a pig in shit. She thought it was going to be and they're like, no, You need to come back to work. You know.
Yeah, but again, that's more. Again, those are overhead jobs. They're not producing jobs.
Yeah, they're not
Right.
producing it. Just-
Right. Okay. Right.
If
If
you don't
you
have
go
to go
with
to
it-
work, you're overhead. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Right, but
And if
you
you
might be
pay your
necessary, but
taxes, you're a Republican.
yeah. But yeah, no, this is kind of a dead horse, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, what's
Let's-
up? So, what does Biden's speech? Whoa, correction. At 17:49:29, Crispy Farco. So, what does Joe Biden's speech and economy growth have in common? They still have not started yet. That was a funny. You should have told me, Crispy. I could have done that better.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
whatever.
That was good.
That's good.
All right,
Good.
Donnie, go ahead, baby.
That was
Nah,
clean.
they're talking
That
about
was
jobs,
very
but yet
clean.
the chairman, Jerome Powell, he's over here talking about how it's pretty much there's 2 jobs for every 1 person out there looking for work. But if I can still rely on social programs to keep me afloat right now, why would I go back to work? They were paying out, $3,000 a month to people. Why the hell would you go back to
Some
work? I
people,
wouldn't.
yes.
I
Some people,
wouldn't.
yes. You're right, Donnie. Yep.
And we talk about the home jobs. Shit, it's found out there. Some people are more productive that way. Some things they can do from home.
You know, you're
That's
gonna think
where
we're fucking crazy,
somebody-
but I never got a stimulus check, man. My
No.
wife and I got nothing.
Oh,
Right.
how did you not get a check? I got a check, dude.
Did you? I didn't get
Yeah.
nothing. I didn't get nothing.
I was like, I don't even need this. Like seriously.
No, I feel you,
But-
but yeah. Go ahead,
I mean, I
Donnie.
could
Sorry.
use it now because everything's so expensive, but back
Yeah,
then I was
but-
working harder during the pandemic than I was before. We ended up, like I said, we got those orders for ventilator parts, dude. We had to
Yeah,
open
I
a third
remember.
shift. Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, Donnie.
we were tearing.
Right. But that's why you get all these new jobs that are in the market now too, because probably half them jobs are still spurned off of COVID and new industries and new little veins that popped up to make revenue, to make money, new little areas, new little, the work from home, the whole cloud forming stuff, we could put your meetings on Zoom and everything else, the delivery industry, I'll get gig work that popped up like it did.
Yeah.
That's
But
probably
you know
a
what?
lot of them new jobs too. So
Well,
You
look,
know what's kinda
look at
crazy, too?
Faco's comment. They literally called Acomo's office to find out why they didn't get a check. So they would have never got one if they never took it to that extent.
Right.
what I
Let's
mean?
go back in our archives when you first came into the radio business there, Clarence. I mean, Blaze.
Yeah.
He used to talk about this big time. When he used to have your show, then his show. He was talking about that. I remember that. I'm having a flashback like it was yesterday. You know what I mean?
Right. I got you, Dino.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, but
you
what
were
does that
you were
have to
kind.
do?
You're technically a business. You should have applied for one of them business loans that they gave out to everybody. What they call that one?
Wow.
It's just a
Hey,
stimulus.
Hey,
Hey,
we'll talk about this off air.
I got the
Hold on
first
now.
assignment for the
We'll talk about this off
87,000
air.
IRS agents, Donnie.
what's that?
The 87,000 new IRS agents. I have a
Yeah, what about them?
simple task for them to
Yeah.
find where all that fucking COVID money went. That PPE, PPP,
PPP. Yeah, that's
I
what
would
I
love
love.
to
the
know
three
that.
Ps, the fucking schools,
I would
you
love to know. Yeah, I think you and about every other American would love to know where that money went because it didn't go to all the places they said it went to. And
Mm-mm.
we're in no better shape than we were pre-COVID. So
Yes,
I
yes,
don't
Donnie.
understand. The numbers are going to say great for Biden. He's going to come out here and preach all this great numbers and how it's low. But if you look down into it and you see all that, like that Institute of Supply Management, and they talked about that New Orleans index where, every time we get to where it's 40%, the 40 number, we go into a recession within 12 months. We just went through the number for January was 42.13 or some shit.
Yeah.
But that doesn't get published because that's not a positive narrative for this administration. They're not going to say that. He's going to come out here and blow smoke up our ass for 2 hours.
Absolutely. You know what's and pat himself on the back. You know what's even more crazy though, like what you just said, which there's 2 jobs open for every person that they're looking to fill. So how is that even possible? How is that even possible? Think about that.
That's a question for the money man.
Well,
Well,
that's
I mean,
where
I'm asking someone
no,
because I don't get it. How can
no,
you can be almost at full employment? What is it? 3.9? I got it written down somewhere right
right,
now.
but it's exactly why,
3.4%. So
right.
how is it
The,
possible that we're at almost full employment and there's still two open jobs for every person?
the exact same things you said earlier about who's actively working, looking for a job. How many of those jobs that are out there are part time or work from home contract jobs that they're just boiling
Yeah.
all up numbers together to get their stat.
Yeah, so
Some of them
the
could
numbers
be
based on bullshit is what you're saying. It should be
basically,
based
yeah,
on people 18 whatever years old
right,
who are able to work that aren't working.
right.
Not
But
just because you're in or out of a labor force or because you
yeah,
haven't tried to get a job, because I think the real
right. But
number is way higher than that. It has to be.
exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
I'm still, when I come on here and I say it every single week almost since I started this job in March last year, I have consistently every month ran ads to hire people, and I have yet to actually. I hired, excuse me, one person off of like Indeed, Monster, all of those recruiting uh,
Tools.
yeah, recruiting tools. One person I actually got from them. Everybody else that I've hired, the two or three other people that I've hired, were all word of mouth or somebody who knew somebody, or from the company that I
So
left. Who
your company wants to give somebody a job. You're not hiring through temp agencies or nothing like that, right?
absolutely not. No,
Right.
I
You want
want
to give
full
somebody
time
a job.
permanent
Yep.
people. Yep, guy who even coming out of school. Here's another baffling thing. I mean, I've tried to hire like Votech people. Like
Yeah.
these kids, like
Touche.
I mean, I don't know how many kids are in each class, but when I went back, going back 20 years in school, there was one class that was probably 40, 50 people, or even more, because, through freshmen, whatever. And they had opposite weeks. So there would be probably 100 to 150 kids every year would graduate. How is it possible that all of these people are graduating every year? There's still Vogue schools, but nobody's applying for jobs. I don't get it.
Right. Um,
You know, your
baffling.
problem is you're geographically located in the wrong spot. You need to move closer to like
A beach?
Fall River.
No,
No,
don't
Fall
move
River.
closer forward,
Then
but
you
you'll
can
still
go
be in the
get
same spot you're
quiet,
in now.
Clarence.
You know what I
Quiet.
mean? Still be
Easy
in the
though.
same spot.
Heal,
Right,
heal,
but
heal, heal.
it's there's.
You need some
Go
bangles
ahead,
in
Donnie.
there. Bangles.
Yeah.
I could tell you why we don't see them applying for jobs as much because probably 25% of them people coming out of vocational schools, they're getting a license and they're going in, they're creating their own business and they're working for themselves. Why do I need to apply for it? I'm an independent contractor.
Hey,
Yeah.
Donnie.
And a lot of
Donnie.
people
In,
are
No,
in,
no,
finding
in
out it's
some, but I mean,
easier
in,
to
in
get going.
manufacturing, it's definitely not that easy. You need some capital to
No,
get in that game.
I
So
know you
the
do.
Oh,
I know you do.
definitely.
But
so
I'm
Definitely.
the
saying
labor
for the numbers
category would
and
be a machinist, right? You're looking
Yeah,
for.
yeah,
yep. Machinists,
Yep.
yeah,
manufacturing.
Yep.
Yep,
Diamond's
yep,
got the perfect school for that.
yep.
yeah.
No, they
But
they got them all over the place, man. I mean, they have
That's
them,
what
you
that's what my son Sean graduated from, machine shop.
Yep,
Hey, Jim.
yep.
Serious question. Are you offering them a competitive rate?
Absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
I guarantee, I guarantee they're not going to get paid any less, excuse me, any more anywhere else.
Awesome.
We're a small
Awesome.
shop, but I absolutely, I know what people are worth. You know what I mean? I've been doing it for 30 years and I've been managing for 12. So I know
Yeah.
what's out there,
That's a good progression
yeah,
absolutely.
but
chart from you.
Hey,
12
and
years.
let's
Yeah.
face reality here too. You know, the resume's got to look good. You know what I mean? So, but
yeah, but
Jim, type of guy that he'd give somebody a shot. You know what I'm saying? See
How
what
about
happens.
you,
yeah,
Clarence? You
But
got
about
cleared to
all of
work.
that, but all
but
right,
let me ask you this.
I got to shut him down, man. He's out of control.
Why I
Listen,
ask you this, Jim?
What's
Oh, go
that?
ahead, Blaze. Sorry.
no, it's all right.
No, put me back. I like it.
Shut up, you. I'm going to. We got to go to break, everybody.
All right.
We should get everything under control, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we will not put you to sleep, and we're gonna hit the Hunter Biden laptop story. We're still waiting for Joey to come on and do the State of the Union.
Talk
and
about that poll question too, buddy.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Hey.
Hit us up about the poll question. The poll question for tonight is, was white supremacist? This is just laughable, anyways. Was white supremacist a
Oh.
driving force in the beating of Tyre Nichols by black police officers? I want to talk about that when we come back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So stick
Hey,
around for
Blake,
more. The way we say,
Blake,
yes, D. Yes, D.
please, no. Chris, Mr. D, I
No.
think no, I'm just reading one message before we go to break. Mr. D, it's from Crispy Farco. Mr. D, I think I just seen someone pissing in your pool. No, that's Jake the alligator. That's Jake.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Christ. We'll be right back.
This is Jerry from the Neutral Corner on FFN Media. Every Thursday night, 7 to 8, catch my show live. We are talking with legends, we're talking with professionals, we're talking with amateurs, we're also talking about gyms and different programs they have. You can catch us live on FFN Media, 7 to 8 p.m. Not only can you catch us live, you can actually ask questions in the comments and interact with our guests. Hope to see you then.
Hey guys, Nick Parsons here. Come check my show Unbox Thoughts out. Live every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. on the FFN Radio Network page.
No. Hey, how's everybody doing? Thanks for sticking around for more of The Way We See It. It's tough, man, and all the controls and trying to pay attention to the ads as they go. But with that being said, listen, thanks for sticking around for the show. We absolutely appreciate it. We love having a lot of fun on The Way We See It. We're gonna dabble in some Hunter Biden, and we're just gonna go with the flow, guys, until Mr. President Joe Biden, comes on and decides once they give him milk and magnesia, whatever it is, to get him out of bed and awake. With that being said, I'm gonna bring the boys back on, and here we go with Mr. Jim and Mr. Donnie. Look, Donnie, why don't you open this up, bro? You really haven't had much to say tonight. D's getting a little out of control. So why don't you open up with a little bit of the Hunter Biden, if you would, for us there, Donnie. Thank you.
No, it just we're gonna release that off to Republicans to do their investigation. So that sounds like you're trying to do the opening of your impeachment trial for Mr. Joe Biden. That sounds like that's going to be the centerpiece of their criminal investigation, because I think the laptop, as far as with the Department of Justice and the state of Delaware that are got him, taking him to court already, I don't think they really care about the laptop. So the Republicans, to me, they see an opportunity, and let me see what's on that laptop, be on an investigation, and if I can tie Daddy Joe to some unruly business, especially now that Republicans got control of the House, where they got to say they can do something with one house, I think that's all that is. I think that's a ploy just to build it.
Well, Daddy's denied over and over and over again that he hasn't benefited from any of his son's dealings.
He's full of
So,
shit. Any donation that came from a company that dealt with his son and they donated to the Biden Foundation, you had a dealing with them and you benefited. You
but
benefited from that relationship.
right.
So no, he's full of shit.
What I don't get is why, even on this panel, sometimes it comes from one of us. It has one of us always try to find like this little thing that like this laptop isn't that important. You know what I mean? Until we sit there and we realize that it is. Why would they suppress? Why would the media suppress all of this when Joey Biden, president, was running for the presidency? If this wasn't important, if they didn't want anybody to see what was in there, and if this wasn't really a big deal, then what was the problem? So apparently, there's some stuff in there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's some damning stuff in there. After they
Yeah.
get through all the porn pictures and smoking crack videos and stuff like that,
But
you
we
know?
we 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 don't care about that bullshit. We just want to see hardcore evidence, man, that fucking ties them in with China, with Burisma, with Ukraine. Remember, and I know we're going back on this little sore subject, but remember when Vice President Joseph Biden under Barack Hussein Obama president, that was his main mission was
Exactly.
Europe, controlling that. That's all he had. Just like our Vice President Kamala Harris, she's got the border crisis. She's supposed to come up with the root causes and all this other shit. No, that's what Joe Biden did for 8 years. Fuck, forget about Hunter. We need to look a little deeper.
Demas, you're forgetting the time that Biden was on the Foreign Affairs Committee and how
Ex-
long he served on the Foreign Affairs Committee
exactly,
when he was
Donnie.
in the Senate.
Ex-
So
Shit, Donnie.
that's what
So
I'm
that wait
saying.
a minute, Donnie. No, and I just want to give it to the maybe the viewers don't know, but the years he did in there, he was like a CIA agent. He had access to everything. Let me just leave it at that.
Yeah, he had access to everything. But I'm trying to answer the question about why suppress the information. Because at the time when the information was getting suppressed, what you were suppressing was probably worse than what Trump was going through or the impeachment shit with Trump. So they had a choice. We can either go with Biden and have a chance at getting the president and suppress this information, or we're gonna, it's gonna be another 4 years of Trump. And I can honestly see that scenario popping out. And after all the bullshit keeps coming out and coming out and coming out, it just seems to me that they got some serious stuff they're trying to hide. And it's just a matter of time before it all comes out and it all falls apart on the guy.
Yeah.
You just can't keep up the lies that long.
Because
Well, I mean, we're gonna
my
see, right?
dumbass is picking up on it. Sorry, Jim.
That's all right. I just
You
had
didn't raise
a
your
little.
hand.
I know. I just had a little. I'm totally going to railroad this conversation. I just got a little breaking news here. It just says China's spy balloon was 200 feet tall and carried a payload the size of a jet.
A regional jet.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah.
I heard it was bigger than 3 football fields. I've heard quite a few different ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Nah.
Either
that's
way, it
crazy.
was
That,
huge. Ah, fuck! Did I do it again? Ah,
right.
Yeah.
Talking
But that
about-
goes to there's no way in hell you can't tell me you knew that thing was coming. So
Yeah,
it
you
just
should have been able to
it
see
leads to
that a
that
mile
theory of
away.
who didn't do their job. Basically,
Yeah,
who didn't
bro.
do the job? Somebody didn't do their job. Who didn't do it, and how far along did we not do it? And are you really just gonna play us that stupid? And I think that they keep doing things like this about this little incident with the spy balloon or whatever the hell it is. You waited to get over the whole entire United States to shoot it down because you just think the public is that stupid and that like Jim found on the internet, we wouldn't pick up that where that thing traveled. That's what I really don't understand about a lot of these situations.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy just to think that they do think we're that stupid. I mean, are they that freaking removed from reality though? I mean,
Well, they look at the leader.
yeah, true.
Oh,
He's pretty
being
removed
honest,
from
bro.
reality.
Yeah.
Being
I mean,
honest.
come
No,
on, just the way the guy walks. Jesus.
You know?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, in
Fucking
terms of the whole,
senile old
I'm
bastard.
sorry, I had a dog emergency again. I had to step out, so I kind of missed what you guys were talking about.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah,
Hey,
the
ladies
Biden
and
laptop.
gentlemen, with that being said, boys, we're going to bring in a guest, stir shit up a little bit here on the way we see it. And
He's going to be a good boy, right?
he's been dying to get on. Well, this is a rated R version after 8 p.m. No.
Came to the right place.
Hey, listen. You know, when everybody sees the guest, everybody will know. You know what I mean? He is who he is. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna bring on Mr. Crispy
3, 2, 1.
Faco. What's
There
up,
he is.
buddy?
Hey, everybody can hear me all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got you good. We got you
Hey,
good.
how y'all doing tonight?
All right.
Excellent.
Are we
So
talking to you? Are we talking to you in Florida or New York, my friend?
Oh, I'm talking to you in your house, buddy.
Yeah, he looks like he's right on the side of you.
I know where to hide now.
He right in there with you now.
Hey,
So what's
guess
up?
what?
Go
Hey,
ahead,
Blaze.
D.
No, because I think this will be very important for Chris. We did some ground rules for the panel today because what we want to do is
No,
tie in
talking about how 4 guys out of 5 guys' head look like a penis.
No,
Yeah.
no, man. No.
Oh, okay.
If you want to talk, identify yourself. Look at the private chat box. If I'm 1, you missed it. You want to talk, put 2. Then Jim will put 3 or 4. You got 30 seconds to talk, and that's it, bud. Then Blaze will have to kick you out because we want to keep it moving fast. That's all. I know you're good
okay.
with it. I know you're good with it.
30-second pops, bro.
Yes.
All right. So, all right, look. My nephew, Crispy Faco. Everybody, when you get a chance, go check out Faco's Gaming on Facebook and all of those fun things like that. And all right,
geez.
all right.
He came
Come
on the
bro.
show to smoke weed. God damn it, son.
I was smoking weed before I came on the show. Have we
Hey, go ahead.
Okay, so
Start it off there, Faki.
met? With what?
Whatever you want. We were going to
Well-
come back and we were going to jump on the Tyre Nichols a little bit. So if you
Yeah,
want
that's
to
really what I
want.
wanted to talk about because I don't know about y'all. I know none of you are racist or anything, but I deal with a lot of black people. You know, I talk to a lot of black people. I deal with a lot of black people. You know, I would actually say I deal with them more than I deal with anybody else. And as far as that poll goes, man, for one, just to say that 5 black cops beat up a black guy and it was over white supremacy is just like bitingness in itself.
Yeah, we agree.
But the true story of that, and I don't blame OJ, so the true story of that is that the guy who got his ass kicked was working at FedEx. FedEx is where the cop's wife was working at. So the wife was cheating on the guy, the cop, and the guy that worked at FedEx, the one that everybody is saying it's a kid that's really 9 years old. He wound up sending a video to the cop of him fucking his wife.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's really what it all
All right.
stemmed over.
Okay,
Is
where's
this-
your sauce? Where's your
Yeah.
sauce?
Just go
Wait a
look up anybody that's really talking about it.
Wait a minute.
You
Let's
know how to-
be
you know how to work-
perfectly frank
you know
here,
how-
Blaze. Let's be perfectly frank. This is breaking news.
No,
This
it
is
ain't.
breaking news for
No,
us.
this is breaking
For us.
news in your world.
For
In
us.
my world, this is really common knowledge.
All right, yeah. Keep
Go ahead,
smoking.
Donald.
I will.
no,
Go ahead,
Chris,
Donnie.
Chris wasn't done. Chris, are you done or no?
Yeah,
I
you
guess
got
so.
30
He
made
seconds.
sure
We're
of
all
that.
doing 30, and then we'll come back
Okay,
around,
so
man.
all right, so I say horseshit on you beat a man like that because he sent a video of somebody banging your wife. Hey, well, dude, guess what? It's already gone, so let it go. No, I call bullshit. That's wrong.
I don't know. I would
That's
probably
not
beat
worth
the
it.
shit out of somebody if they sent me that video. I'm just saying.
No, not to the extent they did that. No,
I don't know.
no,
No, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, either way, I mean, to the point. Go ahead.
No. Go, Jim. You got your 30.
I was going to say, just to the point of the white supremacy thing. I don't know. I'm getting real tired of that. I mean, that's what everything is nowadays. I don't even understand how you can have 5 black dudes beat another black dude, and it somehow becomes me. That's the problem. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to know who came up with that idea, just so I could tell them, shut the fuck up, because that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. All right, either that, or you're saying that black people are just easily brainwashed by some white dude to actually hate other black people. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Exactly. D?
Wow. That kind of blew me out the water a little bit.
Oh,
there,
told you we said it was going to get hot. So let's
go.
No,
what is this about again?
The article that was written that said...
yes. No, yes, the white supremacy. But I before I hit that, man, the officer that did the beatdown on, he took a picture of Mr. Nichols while he's dead, 3/4 dead on the side of the car, and they got it on footage film. Some lady on Twitter, she broke the film down, and I didn't hear about the banging and stuff, but you could see that cop actually. I don't know if he's taking a video, but he took a fucking picture. You know, and again,
and you think he sent it to the ex?
Yes, he did. Or maybe I don't know, maybe he's a freak like that and like FaceTime her or something, you know?
Yeah, all right.
You know, don't you dare send me a video like that. I could see that triggering a man. And shit, this brother had 5 brothers of his. Shit, even got the white dude to act on it as well, because they were all part of that blue force. Anyways, yeah, man. I'm sorry, you and what Crispy Farco with the additional evidence, you know, he brought to my little world.
Well, let's get a little bit more from Farco. Go ahead, buddy.
So, we all do realize that the biggest gang in the world is the police. Like that's clearly obvious after all the corruption and everything that we've witnessed over the years. Like, we're not going to act like the boys in blue are saints, right?
I want to disagree.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, go, Chris.
Disagree with what?
Because
just said,
that
but
the cops
we'll
are
get to
saints.
No.
So anyway, when you got somebody who's going through emotional shit, like if somebody did something to any of your brothers, would you not go help them?
Yeah,
I don't think I would murder somebody.
I don't think that was intentional. Just for the simple
they
fact
fucking
had
beat
body
him senseless, bro.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
beat the fuck out of him.
It's not like not one time was somebody like, "Hey, dude, back off." You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Now also don't get this twisted. Everybody I know, and including me, we all agree on one thing. No matter what comes out of this outcome, the cops should go to jail.
No. No.
Why shouldn't the cop go to? You can't do death penalty.
Why
if you
not?
got death penalty, give it to the fucking rapists before you give it to the murderers.
Well, let me say this: if it comes out that it's the truth that this all happened the way you're saying it happened, that's fucking first-degree murder.
I actually just went to go Google it. Cop
all of them.
Guy over
It'll be
sex
first
video.
and second-degree
that
murder.
That whole thing comes up.
No. Hear me out. And I venture into your world.
I'm
pretty knowledgeable of your world, there, Chris. But when have you ever heard a police on black crime, and the Department of Justice gives the first initial briefing? They're already on the ground there. When do you hear that? The federal Department of Justice are investigating this crime as well.
Yeah, but let's face
facts. And trust
me, black cops have been more arrested than white cops for doing the same shit as well.
Yes, we've all seen the data, man. But that's not the point I'm getting to. If the federal get them, man, there is possibilities. If I'm correct,
the only way you can get the death penalty in America now is by an act of treason.
No.
There really ain't any state that's going to give you the death penalty for one case of murder.
I'll give you that. You know why? Listen, this is hardcore fact.
All right, get it out.
This ain't fucking Chinese journalism here.
Go ahead.
The Patrick Sears kid that shot up the Walmart here in El Paso,
Yes.
he is
Yep.
going to plead guilty to a federal crime to get him off the death penalty. So what that does, that takes like 99, I'd say a good 90% off the table when he goes to the state. Because the state wants to hang him. I know that. The Democrats in this city want this kid hung.
We want the guy hung that did Buffalo as well.
Okay, but let's go back to something here about the white supremacy thing that Flacco, brought up. And what I want to understand is they said these white supremacy ideas were taught at institutional levels. So you mean to tell me that police forces all across the nation are teaching this? Let's just beat the shit out of young black men. But we don't look at the facts in this case of the lady that ran them cops. She did the same thing in Atlanta. Had the same style of unit, and guess what? Had the same style of complaints and the same style of results. So she comes to Memphis and she puts up the same type of unit, just renames it to Scorpion, and you get the same results. That, my friend, is the definition of insanity, that you do the same thing and expect different results.
Well, also, she was black as well, right?
That's where I'm going at with it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal your thunder, buddy.
The leader of this whole group was an African-American female. Where's all
white
the
supremacy
shit? So if leadership was teaching and the leadership is a black American female, then where is she the one teaching the white supremacy? Where's the white supremacy? I'm tired of this narrative that says I need to feel guilty because I'm white, that somehow because I'm white, my family had slaves. No, they didn't. Do your fucking history, motherfucker, because if you want to look back on that shit, guess what? Everybody in this fucking world owned slaves, because slavery was just a common trade. It was human trafficking was big in the 1800s, the 18th century. It's what happened. That's how people expanded. You went somewhere, you conquered, but guess what? You lost, you became part of the tribe or a slave to the tribe. That's human nature. So if you want to do that, then we're all descendants of slaves. So I'm tired of that narrative. Don't blame me. Don't look at me like it's my fault. And don't expect me to feel guilty, because Ish didn't have shit to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So, no more of that shit. Move past it. I don't care that black on black crime doesn't sell. It doesn't make media news. I don't give a shit. Don't throw another skin color in there, because now you're the problem. You're the racist. To me, you're the racist. You're the problem. So if you're not part of the problem, get the hell out the way.
Touche. Faco.
Well, where we at?
I 100% agree with you. Fact of the matter is that, look at the kid who shot up, I forget the saying, I forget it, but it wasn't that recent. It wasn't that long ago. It was within a year, but it was a black kid. I think it was Colorado or some shit, somewhere out in that area. Black kid shot up the school. You only saw one picture of him being brought out of school. Then never heard about shit after that one day.
Nope.
In the meantime, you got white kids that shoot up schools, and they got 2-3 weak memorials for the victims, while they're screaming white supremacy on the kid.
Right, but that's our own damn fault as human beings.
Now, the good thing about that case, one of these cases, I think it's the one in Texas with the shooting that you spoke on earlier, D. The mother is being charged. They are charging the mother for the kid getting no. You heard of the 6-year-old that shot up the teacher in the classroom?
Yeah.
His mother is actually being charged for him being able to get that gun. That is the first time I could realize in history that a parent was actually held accountable for their children's actions like they should. I'm pretty sure my 30 seconds is up.
I agree.
Well, there was another one too. Not that was it. I don't remember exactly the details of it either.
Faco, that was good. Sorry, Jim. Faco, that was good. That, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. But Jim, go ahead.
Okay.
No, I didn't want to. Go ahead, Jim. Trust
Yeah,
me.
all right. I don't remember the dude's name or what it was either, because for the same reasons, it was an Asian guy. Was that in California?
Yes, yes, it was.
And again, I don't know his name. I don't remember anything about it. It happened. They played it like 2 times on the news, and it was gone. Same situation, man. And
Yeah, but
as soon as it's a white
My
guy,
spoon said his name was Ting Tang Long.
something wrong.
no,
Yeah.
Ting Tang Long. Yeah, and he struck a Cambodian village.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they were. Hey, that's how we all come to this country. We all immigrate the right way. But yeah, that immigration, what's happening now, that must upset them people on the California coast, the Asian folks, because they
Yeah.
came the right way, Blaze. They
Yeah.
came the right way here. Paper and pen, ready to take notes.
Yeah.
So,
Right, but
yeah.
And put their ass to work, not lived off the government. Make those railroads, motherfucker.
Shit, dude.
Listen, trust me. I know there's a lot of these folks coming over the fucking border, but I bet my life on it that close to 70% of them people are gonna work.
100%
Okay?
agree with that.
They're gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so if they would just find a way to figure out how to help them go, I don't understand. If you do it the right way, okay, it literally costs some of these families up to $10,000 for lawyers and shit. Why is that?
I can't answer that.
Why
Yeah.
is that?
Maybe
because the laws
because
are so
they're
complex that
well,
me and you can't read it.
and yes, and there's shit. El Paso here has got a whole bunch of immigration lawyers, and those are the ones that set
That's
up
what
their
I'm
cases
saying.
with the government. Have you seen the process happen?
No, I've never seen
I
it
then
done.
shut your fucking pile.
You know what I mean? I've never
God
seen it done.
damn, bro.
Have you seen the process?
Yeah, yes, right here
Then
in El
say you
Paso.
had. You didn't say
Well,
you
God,
had. You're just talking about it. God damn
Really,
it. Go.
I'm
really,
You want to go
talking.
back in the fucking closet again? Put you right back in there.
I
Go
like it
ahead.
in there.
I love you, brother. Go. Come on.
No, man, it's just there's so much money here that's being waged on all battlefronts, even with the cartel, and they're moving people. They don't just come in 2 school buses painted in LSD colors. Yep,
Yeah,
this is
no,
the end of the
right.
road, and they
No, I
go
get
and
you.
get the next 20, and it's
Right.
these people come here, with price
But I
tags on
just,
their heads because
right. I
how,
just,
how many folks can generate $3,000, man?
you know what?
right. But again, getting back, you got you next, Donnie, promise. No, it's Faco. Go ahead, Faco. Go. You go.
All right, so a comparisons might be over extreme. I don't fucking know, but you got squatter rights, right? Which pretty much means that if you have a property that nobody's living in, somebody could break in there illegally, and if they're there for X amount of time, then when you go to throw them out, you actually have to go through the eviction process of that happening.
Yes, sir.
So why can't it be that when immigrants come over here and they're able to sneak around for a little while, like why can't they be like, hey, listen, like, I could hold a job, I could pay the economy, I could pay taxes, here's some of my, money income, like what I bought, and like you don't have to get the company in trouble, but save your receipts, of shit that you bought and stuff, and
No,
show that
but
you're
but
putting money
but
into
no,
the
no, dude,
economy.
no, dude. So when they come over here, they get processed by the CBP, and they get an ID and stuff, which allowing them to work before they get their case. They're legal. They're
So they're getting
legal.
pretty much
Yes,
they're pretty much getting a visa card before they
yes.
get their green card.
No, before they get their trial date on what they're gonna, political asylum. While these suckers are working, they're working to get an immigration lawyer. It gives them time to generate that money to make their case stick harder. And yes,
That makes sense. That's our
no,
government.
no,
We'll allow you to work, but we're taking your fucking money.
no, and just like you said about that immigrant working, I would suck you up real quick
I
as an
bet you would.
immigration lawyer. No, an immigration lawyer. You
Yeah,
be getting a
because
little. You lift the weights, or you eating them sirloins again?
They
I'm eating that. Holy shit! I'm fucking fat.
listen. So, I can't anymore.
Well, 3-second rule.
What
If
happened?
you can't
Where
say
we
nothing,
going?
don't say nothing. Give it to Jim. Take
guess
it,
Jesus
what?
Jim.
Christ, there's a lot of rules. What the
Hey,
fuck happened when I left?
I just
All of a
wanted
sudden,
to.
you got
ladies and
Band-Aids,
gentlemen,
dude. Gonna
we'll
put
be
some
right back
heels in you.
right after this short
Good.
break, and we'll get this madness settled real quick. We're still waiting for President Joe Biden to come on and do his State of the Union. My feed right here I'm looking at right now says soon Biden to leave White House for Capitol Hill. So he hasn't even left the White House yet, ladies and gentlemen. So
man.
stick
No,
around. And we'll stay with you as long as we can. We do end the show at 9, but if everybody's in agreement, maybe we'll hang around a tad. With that being said, we will be right back.
This is Jerry from the Neutral Corner on FFN Media. Every Thursday night, 7 to 8, catch my show live. We are talking with legends, we're talking with professionals, we're talking with amateurs, we're also talking about gyms and different programs they have. You can catch us live on FFN Media, 7 to 8 p.m. Not only can you catch us live, you can actually ask questions in the comments and interact with our guests. Hope to see you then.
Hey guys, Nick Parsons here. Come check my show Unboxed Thoughts out. Live every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. on the FFN Radio Network page.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to The Way We See It with yours truly, Mr. Blazeman. And we're going to bring back on the boys. Everybody promised they're going to behave themselves. And we're going to continue on with, here's my boy, Mr. Jim. Here's my boy, Mr. Donnie. And our guest tonight, Mr. Crispy Flacco. And, of course, my boy, Mr. D. So, we're still waiting for Sleepy Bunker, President Joe Biden, Joey, to come out. He's en route. He's en route now. He's en route. He's going to the Capitol. So I'm looking at maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes. Who knows? But with that being said, Donnie, go.
Okay, I want to answer Jim's question earlier about, I said I disagree. When he talked about the biggest gang being the cops, no, that's not the biggest gang in the world. It's the lawyers. They're the ones that make the laws.
Still the
And the
judicial
biggest
system.
gang in the world is sitting up there called the U.S. Senate and the House of Representatives. That's the biggest gang in the world right there. The smartest ones.
Well,
Because they write the laws that dictate how everybody else gets that, how everybody else is supposed to go. They make the laws that dictate how the money's spent and how it goes, how it's funded, how it's gathered.
They don't get their hands dirty. They send the gang out,
Exactly.
the cops, to go get their hands dirty.
Exactly. So you ask me, hey, there's the mafia boss right there. If I'm the Don sitting up in the Senate, you know, I'm the Don. Dons don't get their hands dirty. They got
that are running
captains
the
to
Crips,
right?
the Bloods and everything. The head honchos, they're not running in the gang. They're sitting up on the hill in their nice houses, driving their fucking Lexuses. You know, that's where they are.
They were doing that back in the 80s and that with the Contra affair where they were doing guerrillas, making deals with the Bloods and the Crips and the drug dealers in, bro. Yeah, the coke was probably good, man. It was great. Cocaine Cowboys coming through Florida.
I only tried Coke once for like a year.
Hey,
I didn't like it. I just liked the way it smelled.
you know,
Yeah.
but but whoever said there was a time limit on trying something, right?
Yeah.
Just because I tried it for a year, still was
Yeah.
trying it.
Yeah. Just got to make a decision. I just couldn't.
Yeah, exactly, man. I couldn't make up my mind. There's different flavors. There's different,
Never touched it.
options, whatever. But anyway,
Damn, my
we've been
body's
doing
fucking
this for
hot,
years.
apparently.
We've been doing this for years, and now all of a sudden we're gonna act like it's something new, and it's been the same way. It's just we got to be smarter about how we put those people in those positions. And I really want to get on the reparations thing. That's my next tangent.
Yeah. Well, I think too, just we're talking about the Tyre Nichols thing again. That whole Scorpion gang group thing that lady was running too. I think that's a huge issue. Why was she even allowed to have? I mean, these people probably, they had like different rules for these cops. They could do different things. They had different freedoms, so to speak. Like I don't even understand why that's allowed to happen. I mean, that provides a spot for things like that to happen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a little bit of action going on here.
Oh, are they pulling him out and is getting his walker ready or what?
Yeah, it looks like
Kamala, the VP Harris, she just walked up there on her own party totally threw her under the bus. You know that, right?
That was her whole job to begin with.
Yeah.
It was what?
Lose or feel. It was lose or feel. It was, win or feel. It was a nomadic moment because you got your first black person. It's the same reason why Obama got it. It's like no matter what, it was a win-win.
Yeah, all right. So what if you were saying that they just used it for face? Yeah, they did. That's it. That's all.
That was all.
there
She
for.
does point out Dee's comment from earlier that she's in charge of the border patrol. She was actually at the border and said we need to figure out who's in charge of the border, and she was the one that was in charge of the border.
There's Blaze's second cousin, George Santos.
Where's that? It's my boy right there. Yep, that's him.
Oh,
What do they
dude.
Why are they wearing orange?
Rhino Mitt Romney.
Who's wearing?
Right.
Fuck Mitt Romney. It's his fault we got the Christmas tree. Just so he didn't have to get out of paying taxes on his yacht that was parked in that was shipped, whatever the term is, for out in the water in friggin'
And lives matter. Okay.
So can I say something?
Go ahead, man.
Donnie, you just mentioned reparations. You wanted to talk about that. Jim, earlier you pointed out that if you really go back through history, because it was the way of the fucking world, believe it or not, people that are out there, not the panel, but believe it or not, people, the fact of the matter is that America wasn't even the drop point. Fucking Jamaica was.
Dude, there's so many
different Americans were
places
getting
that
off
had
of
slaves
boats and doing all that shit. And never mind, you think America was around when friggin' he was a general, became a slave, friggin' gladiator whole segment was set up? Nah. But to back up that even back there, like everybody was a slave if somebody has a slave in their family. So when it comes to reparations for anybody, like California's trying to give out, not for nothing, if you're white, at one point that means Africa invaded Europe, which we know about the Sicilians and the Cape Verdean Portuguese. Africa invaded Europe and brought slaves back to Africa. That was at least friggin' like 600 friggin' to like 1,000 years before America was even founded.
Yeah.
So can I get paid reparations first, and then I'll split it in half, and then give it back to whoever gave me the first portion? I'll settle with that. That would be my deal.
Go ahead, D.
Go ahead, D.
Donald, sorry, Donald.
No, I was just going to answer this question about the reparations. I know California's trying to get it, but they offered $225,000, about $250,000, and you balked at it. Now we're getting to the point where, oh, it's not enough. You want to set $5 million and complete debt free. What happens when that money's gone? And if we're going to talk about slavery, it started in what is now Iran and Iraq, about 3,500 BC.
Yes.
3,500 BC.
Wasn't
That's
it like
how long
religious
ago
wars?
this is going on. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I say. You want to go down this reparation road, that's fine. But Ish needs to say where his tax money goes, because Ish had nothing to do with that. Ish had family that came from Ireland, and their terms of servitude that they were given, which was basically slavery. You just took the kids because you enslaved them to a life of service. No different than the farmer went down to Jamaica, or he went down to Florida to the port, or he went down to South Carolina, with South Carolina now Charleston, and he made a damn business deal. He bought a product, a resource for his farm. That was just the way it went. It was normal.
There was a black guy who had white slaves. White people were slaves too in America.
Yes.
Well,
so
listen.
if we want to go down that road, and let's get everybody's in, you're going to use tax dollars for it, then everybody's, because they also said, well, we got to make sure African Americans, none of their tax dollars get used for that. Why not? Your people own people. Don't say you didn't. This is where I say this reparation shit is bullshit. You can have a better way to fund other projects with that money. And if all these philanthropists, these people that want to give all this money away, and they want to put it into this fund, well, put it into a fund that makes money and helps the government. Don't just give it out. Be smarter with it, because if you didn't learn from stimulus money that just handing it out and taking a loan to cover it didn't do shit for us. It hurt us more than it helped us, and it put us back 10 years, money-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have enough of anything much to add, except for the fact that, again, I did not own slaves. Neither one of my parents or grandparents that came here from another country owned fucking slaves.
I'm a third generation. It was already banned.
But yeah, like, what the fuck do I owe anybody anything for? I had nothing to do with that shit. Nor do I fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you're not taking my fucking money to give to somebody. I'm sorry, man. It's fucking stupid.
Listen,
anybody with the name Johnson, I'll be happy to take my reparation from you, because if my mother lied to me, I might have family here that's been longer. So anybody that might be related to Anthony Johnson, who was a slave that was released in 1651, who gained wealth and then started buying up slaves, I would definitely love to take a DNA test with you. I might even pay for it.
Fuck. The Irish.
What do you need? 1%? What do you need? 1% to get?
Well, no, it's just. I don't know, but
shit, you do the whole country, fucking everybody get 1%.
Well, if you go by the Bible, we're all related to each other anyway. So
yeah. So
no, don't Adam and Eve. You cannot explain that. Nothing else works.
No, Flacco's right. You want to go by the Bible? We're all related. We're all kinfolk. But Demons, let's go down that road. How do you verify this? Because I'd like to know the contract that was signed, and show me proof that your descendant had a contract, a signed contract, that said, "Hey, I'm going to give you this." I'm going
to make a confession, Donnie.
Hold on, Donnie. You just woke them up.
Because your people, I'm going after your people to help pay too, because you was the ones navigating the seas, bringing people over.
I was just going to say that. I'm pedigree blood, Donnie.
Yeah, whatever.
And I'll have to, yes. Yeah, so okay. I'm going to take full responsibility. You want to do a DNA test? But anyway,
wait, hang on. Can I identify as something? Right? That's the way we do things now, right?
Yes.
I can identify as an ex-slave, and I'll just get some reparations.
God,
there you go.
Hot damn! Donnie just threw me in the water. Got ran over by an aircraft carrier.
Jimmy.
Yeah, that's right.
James,
I'm Portuguese
can we call
bloodline.
you Mojo?
Mojo.
Just call me rich. $500,000. That's all you want.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Can I call you Dad?
Oh, I know, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, buy me a drink first.
Oh, whoa.
All right, fine. There's some Reuben off down the street.
Going too far now, guys.
Yeah, we're
Hold on.
taking.
Okay,
No,
so
I'm just saying, can you adopt me? What the fuck is your
Oh,
brain
wow.
going with, nasty ass?
all right, here we go.
Is
What
he
the
stumbling in?
What?
Is that Bondo?
What
fuck?
number
Jim,
clone is
Jim,
this?
read this comment.
That's a nice fedora.
Adam Martelli said, happily, the government of the United States, which gives to bigotry no sanction, to persecution no assistance, requires only that they who live under its protection should demean themselves as good citizens in giving it on all occasions their effectual support. Mr. George Washington. Yeah. And then he said, you guys are all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little
But there's no
scattered tonight.
downtown. There's no
Yeah.
downtime.
Yeah.
Anyhow, moving on. So, Mrs. Harris is there, standing next to the Speaker of the House. And does anybody ever see her without that red suit on? She wears that a lot, don't she?
Yeah, the senator she got on her knees for, probably.
No.
Does she wear that?
It actuates.
Dude, she
Probably
don't. She
actuates
doesn't
your
wear
skin
that a
cover or
lot.
something. I don't know.
No,
No,
she
they probably
wear-
all went into that. There's the
Yeah,
background with
let's
the
go-
red and the white. And
Let's go
blah,
back
blah,
down
blah.
to PG there, guys.
Red
But,
is a symbol of power.
Yeah. No,
Right.
it is a little
Red
scattered
tide.
tonight. I
Look
think
at
we
the
had a
red
different
tide.
agenda. We were supposed to be talking about State of the Union stuff here while we were
Yeah.
watching it, but
Well,
If that ain't
exactly.
your
We'll
guys,
be
though,
over.
That's nobody's fault. That's Biden's. He should have started by now.
Yeah,
Like it's
so
a
he
constant
was
drill.
supposed to be on at 7. I blame completely Joey President Biden.
Dementia Joe,
Okay, so-
sleepy Dementia
all right.
Joe.
Go ahead, Donnie.
So I got a question to y'all then, while we're waiting on Sleepy Joe. Say the reparation things come. It comes through. Because, it gains traction and everybody comes through and they pay reparations to, former slaves. If you have the chance and you can make it work, do you leave America? Go ahead, Jim. You start.
I don't know. Do I personally leave America? Is that what you said?
Yes, you personally. You personally.
I mean, I
that's
don't-
a tripping point to say, I'm done with it. I'm not just going to pay for everybody else's shit. I'm going somewhere else to live life on the same $2,500, but live like a king. And I'm going to have servants.
I don't know. I guess I'd have. That's a tough question. I don't. I mean, where would I go? Where the hell would I go? Yeah, maybe Mexico. It's pretty warm down there. Money's worth a little more. I don't know. I guess I can't imagine. Again, it goes back to what you were saying. Who gets it? Every black person, or is it? I mean, nobody.
Wait a minute. We don't got to show.
Today.
We don't got to show like a documentation for your heritage.
Well, that's what Donnie was saying. But like,
how do you prove it? But here's the other flip side to that. As a business guy, I own rental space, commercial, the warehouse, like Jim, where you guys do all that manufacturing stuff, all that. If I own that, Demas, the guy that owned the stuff where we worked, drove around that old beat up Honda, at least when he, went to see us, probably drove something else nicer, right? But if I know you're getting an extra $500 a month in every household, guess how much my prices are going up?
Yeah.
They're going up to compensate that. Because I'm going to get my cut of that 500. As a business guy, and if you're not a shark in the tank thinking that way, you're going to miss out. That's why so many people in COVID, it spanned out and did what it did.
I just want to know what's the point? What is it supposed to do? What is it supposed to do? Is that supposed to end racism? Is that supposed to be a big, oops, we're sorry?
He's right. We're all over the place. Like that just went like 4 different things.
Yeah.
But
it was the same topic.
You know what I mean?
It's the same
idea. There's so many different things that blow up in my head.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, all right.
No, I love it. It makes you think.
Like you just said, Donnie, right? Like you just said, all right, let's say it happens. Your question to me was, am I going to leave? All right, well, I don't really have an answer to that, but my question back to you and everybody else is, all right, let's say it does pass. What happens then? Here's your $500,000. Now we're even. Is that what it's supposed to be? Or what is the point? Where do we go from then? Can we go?
Still
okay,
happening.
now there's no more racism. You can't.
Exactly.
Racism's
done now.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But here's my
so
thing
again,
too.
what
If I
is
give you
the
that
point?
500K, who's to say, oh, you got some other reason and you come back for more later? Do I make you sign something to say you can never come back to me as a
What
U.S.
if it's the
government
rope
and
dope?
expect me to give you anything?
I think it's just
You know,
fucking
what's all the
stupid.
stipulations? And exactly, what point does it prove? At what point are we going to say history sucks, shit happened, that's the way it was then, some things you can't change. You're
We
not
do
going to
that every
change them.
day.
I know. So
Yeah.
accept that you can't change them and learn from them and then move forward, because this shit where we want to keep going back, rewriting history, all we do is keep stoking them flames for all the racial tension and
Exactly.
everything we got now.
And taking down the fucking statues and stuff to
And
take
just,
away fucking
well,
history.
look at the part right here where reparations, you want to start
Pulling
talking
up
money.
fucking some dude holding
You
a
want to
big.
take my money and give it to somebody else because the color of their skin and some bullshit that happened? Hell no. You're going to keep riling these people up, and then what do we do back? It goes back
You
to
know,
what you said,
potentially
Jim.
somebody's going
We
to be giving
evolve
money
into
to a
it.
pedophile.
But we're going to
Yeah.
revolt.
Donnie,
Statistically speaking.
I
Mr.
can
D,
answer.
go.
I can answer your survey question.
What? Go ahead.
I'm Lee. Whoa, what's up, fool? Why you
What's up, fool?
pump the brakes, bro? We haven't
What's
even
up, fool?
started yet. No, I would definitely leave. Yep,
Yep.
definitely leave. And I
If I had to move, yeah.
and me being pedigree, it's easy for me to file dual citizenship. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
dog.
you can
I'm
blend in.
telling
Yeah.
you.
I know you can. I know
Yeah.
you can, but
Yeah.
you know
Right.
damn well we had this
I'll be
conversation.
an
You and your pedigree.
olive picking fool.
I don't need to pick olives.
Hey, you'd be pretty rich out there. I'll tell you that right now.
We just want
Yeah,
a
you would.
great
Yeah,
American.
you would.
Great America.
Listen,
So I got a prediction for the State of the Union. Does Kevin McCarthy rip up the speech, and then two, Joe Biden is going to have a dramatic event happen where he's going to unify somebody in jail that's been in jail in Japan, and they're going to meet with his wife right there for the first time. You saw
I
it last
say
year.
he has a fucking heart attack right there and falls down on the ground.
Okay, what was the thing about the guy in Japan again now? What was his name?
He was an American, man. Shit,
I
bro.
know.
Talking about the
Yeah.
spy.
No,
No, that's Russia. My bad.
no. He got into a car crash, man.
Was
And
he drinking?
no, but he claimed altitude sickness, which is true. And Japan does have the Fuji mountain up there, so I was thinking elevation. I mean, it's kind of a cheap cop out, I guess, but
You got to try
Biden is
something.
aware, Biden's aware of it, and the Japanese Prime Minister was recently in the United States. I'm just looking for something that can put him over the top. This
All
is
right,
all staged. We all know that.
let's take a listen in here, guys, just for a spell. Let me know if everybody's getting the audio, please.
Warp it in some way and misinform, because he can't. What else can he do? And then he's going to ignore, because he always does. So you'll never hear that 5 million people entered the border across it illegally. You won't hear about 100,000 fentanyl deaths. You won't hear anything about racial tensions. You won't hear anything about interracial crime that's gone up, as we saw in Florida, and this doctor that was murdered in a cross section in California on his bike. You'll hear none of that. And then he attacks. And we know what that is. And we know that he takes his chain out and he hits this dead horse of January 6th again and again, never giving any new information, never talking about new developments, never talking about, let's get to the bottom of this with a new investigation. And he will then go after, as you said, smokers, but especially guns, and the people who want to have back alley abortions, the crazy people like that. And the climate change denialist, he'll talk about that. And the thing about it, Tucker, is he gets animated only when he goes after his opponents, half the country. So he'll be on the teleprompter, he'll slur, he'll stutter, he'll be sort of incoherent. But if he strays off the teleprompter, you'll see that he goes into this animated mode. He yells, he gets very excited. That's the only thing that seems to interest him, is to divide the country and go into this ultra MAGA John Meacham, Michael Beschloff speech writing mode, where he really slurs and
I like this
smears
guy.
the people,
Go,
and then
Donald.
he calls it
Talk.
unity. He sort of makes a desert and he
Oh,
calls it peace.
well, I wanted to go on that point right there about
Hate
his
is what
old
animates him. There's no question.
MAGA
And I have to say,
animation.
Michael Beschloss and John
Exactly.
Meacham
How long are we
are
going to
doing
keep
great
beating that
talents.
dead horse
They've been
up?
mediocre for a long time.
We all know
But
Trump
they've
ain't going to
also
be
been
worth
kind
a
of
shit.
at the top level.
Haley's going to be our best
President
option, or else we got
now
Biden
just
again.
No.
But yeah, how long are you going to keep letting them spew that without somebody saying enough's enough? Move forward. Find another target.
I think that,
Honey,
Well,
I think the race is going to be a lot tighter, dude. Where when it comes to Republican, like you made mention, Haley, also Tim Scott, the senator, the black senator from South Carolina. Shit, Mike Pompeo. He's another good one that you probably see. I don't know nothing about the Rhino Romney, but he'll probably make some noise. And then on the Democratic side, I'm hearing the mayor. The fuck's his name? Buttigieg.
Yeah, the transportation secretary.
He's a
And
transportation dude. Yep.
and the lady from where you guys are at, the senator. I can't think of her name. Warren.
Keely?
No, Elizabeth Warren.
Pocahontas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pocahontas.
She's making some waves.
That's another one.
See, I think if he does get elected, they're gonna do what they did last time. They're gonna do something, and then they're gonna make him take the heat for it. Like he wasn't first heat that Trump ever took was banning the 5 Muslim countries, which wasn't even him who banned it. It just happened, just like the way that we were supposed to
It comes to
evacuate
Supreme
from
Justice.
the way we were supposed to be evacuated happened at the beginning of Biden's administration. He just did it completely fucked up, but it was Trump's doing. Well, with Obama, he was the one who put the ban on the 5 Muslim countries, but nobody spoke up about it, and then it wound up falling on Trump when he got in.
Did
That was
do
his
that.
first racist move.
Yep, he did do that. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Adam just put a comment up. It said, Trump, as in Trump saying it, we need 10 billion to build a wall to protect our border. I'm good with it. Better than 45 billion to go.
You got to
protect
think
Ukraine.
that's just the border, right? You got to think that's just the border, right?
Mm.
So how much did it cost for them to chain link and barbed wire the shit out of that building?
Which one? The one in Rehoboth?
I don't. The one in Washington.
The Capitol building?
Yeah, they had barbed wire all around, chain link fence, barbed wire all
There he is,
around
right
it.
there, Blaze. Stop drinking. Ready?
You
Aim.
seen me. Fire.
Shit.
I'm telling you, if I had a
I
good
don't know.
if I had a good plan, telling you.
You know, I did hear stories about the Pentagon being woke, and me being a veteran, it was just hard to believe, you know. But as I'm seeing more information coming from everywhere, I'm like, oh my God, that it's true.
Come on, D. In World War II,
I mean,
they literally would have dragged him out and shot him.
That's Dr. Jill Biden.
Yeah.
Okay? You hear me, D?
So what
I think
degree
he's
does
going
she
to need
have?
3 pills for that, old Joe.
What degree does she have?
Bullshit.
Yes. No, I think it's I was going to say economics. I was
English.
And a doctor's degree.
Yeah.
It's called a doctorate, not a doctor.
We all went to college 101.
Everybody fucking fucks that up. Even the media fucks it up. She's not a doctor. She has a doctorate.
Yeah, but they assumed
Yes.
that title.
Thus, you are authorized the title of doctor because you have a doctorate degree.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
All right,
Here
so
he
that was
comes.
ignorant of
Here
me.
he
I don't care.
comes.
She's still.
Oh,
She's
Joe,
still married to
early.
a bumbling fool, so she can't be that fucking smart. Well, actually, she's got more money than anybody else, I guess.
Blaze,
part
you
of
got
the
a
crime
comment
family.
from Mr. Martelli.
You know
Having
she's
trouble
pulling strings.
commenting. Delete some of your old ones.
What's the matter?
He doesn't want to scroll down your comments.
What happened?
Ukraine, we need 30 million. Democrats,
No.
okay, having trouble commenting.
Delete some of your old ones.
I don't. Why would he?
There's an echo.
How come he's having trouble commenting?
I don't know. That's not our concern. Continue.
What do you mean? It's not. It is. It's a,
Hey.
one of your listeners is trying to make
Yeah,
comments.
I know. That's not on me, man.
No. Well, show us some concern.
Sorry, but
No,
it's not on me.
Crispy just did one.
Yeah, the comment's working. It would tell me. If it
Well,
was.
he could be having a problem because something he put, Facebook.
Hey, he's right there.
Oh, he just had lag.
I got
Yeah.
lag, you said.
So I was just trying to help the guy.
You got
okay,
cheeky rock.
so now we're getting fucking. Now we're tech. Now we're tech. Let's go.
Should be
What was
interacting
we
with
on?
the audience. I'm not trying
Donnie.
to cut y'all off.
You all right?
What?
Bless you.
Please, man,
Donnie,
please,
get this moving.
Get what moving? You guys are waiting for this bumbling fool to come in here, and it's exactly what that guy just in the.
Like, why weren't these people already there? Was the
Oh,
stuff that was said earlier not that important that these
Shit,
people
look
have
at that
to,
clown
had to be
there
there,
from
or was
Rhode
I just
Island.
missing something by being ignorant again?
I don't know.
No,
Did this ever take this long before? Like I don't.
Yes, it does.
2 hours.
They have troubles with the clone.
This
Donnie,
is like
wait.
Well, I know
Yeah,
it.
like
Probably
7.
forgot how to tie his shoes, so they had to get his Velcro shoes.
He was supposed to be on at 7.
Man.
I don't
He
know.
tripped over the dog that was on his mom's lap.
Oh.
Right, but I agree
Choked
with
on his tapioca pudding.
balls in him.
All right, guys, listen. We got less than a minute. We're starting to get a little fucking goofy here. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, look, we'll record the State of the Union. We'll play it back next Tuesday. And
No, we don't have to play it back, dude. We can talk about the shitstorm that it's going to be, but I don't think
What
we
is
need
she
to
at the
listen to it
MAV?
twice.
MAAs?
Yeah, right? Going for a Grammy?
That's cinema
okay, once
from
again,
Arizona.
I'm just gonna.
She just stay
Ladies
here
and
and make fun
gentlemen,
of everybody
thanks
on there.
for
Too
watching
bad both ways.
the way we see it. Everyone, have a good night.